The possibilities for AI image generation just exploded. This past week, OpenAI dropped their new GPT image API, and for the first time, you can use your own photos as a reference image to get back image generation. Before, this was only possible in ChatGPT, but now it's completely open. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the new features, give an overview of how I use this API in my own project to let you try on clothes virtually, and talk about some SaaS ideas for how you can incorporate this into your own project and start building today. Hey, I'm Matt Kuda. On this channel, I cover the latest in AI news and document how I use them in my own project. So if you're an AI builder or just curious what's going on in the space, make sure you subscribe to follow along with the journey. All right, now let's jump into the docs. So over the past couple months, people have been using this AI in ChatGPT to make the Ghibli images, cool photos of themselves, or turn themselves into an action figure. And the results were super stunning. They went super viral, got a lot of buzz in the AI generation space. And now we can put this in an API so you can slap it into whatever project you want. There are a couple core features. There's generations. So just through a prompt, you can get back an image. So for this example, they want a children's book drawing. Simple prompt, get back a nice image. You can also edit images, which is what we're going to be using for this video. So for this one, they uploaded a couple reference images of their products in one of the gift basket in return. And the third use case is for masking. I'm not going to cover this in this video, maybe in a future video, but it's pretty cool. You can upload an original image, erase out the image part that you want edited, and then ChatGPT will know, or GPT image model rather, will know to edit there. So over here, they have a pool, drew out, or rather erased where they want the flamingo, and they put the flamingo in here. So pretty versatile features, open a lot of ideas. You can also get the quality, whether you want square, portrait, landscape, and also some transparency options. So, if you wanted a logo or something you wanted not as the final product, but something you wanted to overlay on your own background, there are transparency options as well. And they do note the cost and latency, saying it can take up to 2 minutes. For my demo app, I'll show you in a bit, it takes about a minute to put myself in the virtual clothes, but based on the results, it's great, worth the wait, and you can imagine as this model improves over time, the cost and latency will go down. So here is my Next.js application, Fit AI. It allows users to upload their reference photos and then see them on the virtual products I have listed on my page. I just stole these from Lululemon as they're pretty clear, crisp photos of products with good studio lighting. So to give you an overview of my code real quick, I have my clothing items hard-coded up here. Then when I want to generate an image, I get the clothing item, get the reference photos that the user appended to the request, and then I make a fetch request to get the actual images with my API. Going into my API, we have the same files here. Then here's my prompt, pretty basic. Create me an image of the person in the reference photos, wearing the clothing items shown in the model in the last photo. I have some other rules to maintain the pose of the model photo and to maintain the facial features of the person's uploaded photo. Then some edge cases like not to crop people off and stuff like that. Then I pass it with the OpenAI images edit function. I'm asking for a square photo in high quality, attach the prompt. I also give the user on the front end the ability to add additional instructions, like if they wanted to wear sunglasses or a party hat in their photo. And then I get the data in byte 64, then return that to the front end, which then displays the resulting OpenAI image in place of the model images. So I'll give you a quick demo of how it works. We can click here to upload our reference photos. I'm going to use these 4 random photos I've had. my Twitter profile picture, side profile I took today, me eating Kohl's, and me for a thumbnail. Here we go. No additional instructions, and I'll click upload. Okay, and then apply to all products. And you can imagine if you were to integrate this into an actual e-commerce site, the experience would be a little smoother. You know, when the shopper has their customer profile, they could upload it in their settings so that when they go anywhere on your website, you could instantaneously upload their face onto the models or give them a simple button like try on me. But this is a simple MVP. So we have the hoodie, the tank, the half zip, and the blazer, and let's see the results. Okay, and after a minute later, we are done. These are pretty good. They maintained the model poses super well. The product is essentially identical to the original product, which is great. Facial features aren't perfect. Like, look at this one, give me a buzz cut. That's pretty hilarious. But got my facial features okay, I'd say. This one not bad. These ones are pretty funny. But you can see as this model will improve over time, the results will get better, better, better. I just took some random photos of myself. You can imagine if you did some facial scanning prompt when the initial first signs up to this feature, you could get better overall angles of the face to get a better result. But this is pretty good and could certainly inspire me as a customer to visualize the product more on myself and inspire me to buy it more. So simple use case here, but there are a lot of other ways you can incorporate this into your own image generation platform. Some ideas I wrote down are, for other types of clothing like sunglasses, perhaps for makeup to target women. Other types of clothing, I think there's a lot of potential here. Now you can talk about real estate, like you wanted to customize your own living room, take a photo of your living room, and then it can place their couches, their TV stands in the room to visualize what it looked like if you actually had it in there. AI dating profiles are super popular for whatever reason as consumer apps. So you could really use this to professionalize your profile pictures, help people out in their dating lives. Brand logos, I think there's a lot of potential here. You could upload a rough sketch, pencil sketch, similar to my last video where we sketched out some Pokemon in t-shirts and it gave it like a polished product. I could see, literally draw out in pencil on a piece of paper, give it a polished logo. You could even use the transparency function in the API call that gives you something you could actually use then and there with a clear background, put it on your website. A lot of potential there. And YouTube thumbnails, I think someone has to have already built this, but it's so good for how much time it takes to put into a YouTube thumbnail. Using this API, call it YTAS as a service, YouTube thumbnails as a service, could save people a lot of time and effort in giving them a polished result that matches the styles that they want. So let me know what you guys think. Have you used this yet in your projects? Are you happy with the results? Have you not built anything yet? Is this going to inspire you to start building with image generation? I think it's going to be something to watch as this model improves, and keep an eye on other competitors such as Gemini as they improve their model. So make sure you like and subscribe to stay up to date with the content I'll be covering. And thanks for watching.